Hello and welcome to another episode of Children's Moments here on Heavenward Thinking. Today we're back with another object lesson, so I'll turn it over to Miss Ruth and we'll get started today.
Well, Timothy, do you remember what we talked about last week as we're getting closer to school?
We talked about toothpaste.
And what did you do with the toothpaste last week?
We tried to squirt it out and then put it back in with toothpicks.
Did it work?
Nope.
And why were we talking about that, getting ready for going back to school?
Because once we say words, once we say things, we can never take them back no matter how hard we try.
And we were talking about thinking about when we get ready for school, some of the things we should be prepared for, like our words. And you know, every time we do these children's moments, we're not just doing it for the children, we're also speaking to ourselves, aren't we? And I know this next one is a good one for you and I. We both kind of struggle with worry, right? We can admit that worry is something that we struggle with. Well, we're going to talk about what not to pack as you go back to school. So I have one of your backpacks here, one of your little Star Wars backpacks. And I want you to you're going to take each of these books that I brought along and put it in the backpack, and then we're going to talk about it. So first, I want you to put in the worry of friends. Put in, as you go back to school, let's pack the worrying about your friends.
All right.
Worrying about your assignments, your grades, your tests, all of those things. Okay.
All right.
Worrying about your teachers. Worrying about how other people see you. All right, zip up that backpack here. These are just a few examples of the worries we might put in our backpack as we go back to school. Now I want you to lift that up and see if you can hold it. What is that like, Timothy?
That would be a heavy backpack for
a very
kid to
heavy
take to
backpack.
school.
So do you think a kid or a teacher or any of us should be packing our backpacks like this?
No.
Let's see what Jesus says about it. A big lesson for all of us. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 34, it says this. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So Jesus tells us not to worry. He doesn't want us to fill this backpack up, does he? Let's see the antidote in a couple different verses. If we go in 1 Peter 5:7, which I know we both could quote, but we're going to read it just to get the words here. Cast all your anxiety, which means worries, on him because he cares for you. And then if we go to Matthew again, chapter 11, and verse 28, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Would you unload this backpack for us, Timothy?
Absolutely.
Instead of us worrying about our teachers, us worrying about our friends, us worrying about what other people think of us, us worrying about all of those assignments, tests, and grades. Oh, what should we do with all those worries? What did we just read about?
Give them to Jesus.
Give them to Jesus. Now lift up that backpack.
Well, we can do that all day.
Much better, because Jesus says his yoke is easy and his burden is light, which means if we let him carry it for us, it's a lot easier, isn't it?
Absolutely. The way we should do it. Give it to Jesus, and it'll be much easier this school year. Well, we hope you've been encouraged by this and challenged by this, and that you'll join us next time as we do part 2 of this week's object lesson.